Welcome to this week's edition of Just Ask Curt. Today's question comes to us from Jake Jordan, who asks, how do you know which items to focus on when building your business? That's a great question, Jake. For the first 6 or 7 years after I founded my public relations and advertising agency, I didn't know the right things to focus on. I focused on a lot of the wrong things, and it contributed to a sense of overwhelm, of frustration. I wanted to give it all up. I had actually filled my day with things that didn't move my company forward, so I felt like I had built a prison instead of a business. And so it was only after learning to focus on those right things that moved my company forward, that allowed me to scale my business and level up my life, to align those 3 portions of my life, work, family, and self, that I could truly grow my business in alignment with the rest of my life. So there's actually 3 specific parts to answer your question. The first part is focusing on those specific activities that fit your skill set, your strengths, your passions, what you're really good at, what you like to do. I had been spending a lot of time on things like spreadsheet management, design, web research, social media scheduling. And if you look at any of those things in a vacuum, all right, it might take a half hour here, 20 minutes here, but when you add them up throughout the day, it adds up to hours. There was also some things that might take me 2 hours to do, but someone else that it fits their skill set might take them 10 minutes to do. And so there's that opportunity cost, that it was costing me time and money to spend that extra time doing a task that I could pay someone else to do. So I had to learn that. But I also looked at things I was good at, like writing, right? And in order to truly scale my business, I had to kind of clone myself and find other writers that fit my style and fit the style that my clients needed. So I had to learn to build Team Curt, right? To outsource those things. I built a team of freelancers to outsource the skills that I just wasn't good at, but then also to find people who fit my style to help me scale my business at the things I actually was good at, but do it in a way that fit my style, fit my values, my vision for how I wanted to run my company. So the second part of my answer is about focusing on the right type of clients. For too long, I had brought in clients who quite honestly were underpaying me for the value I was bringing them. And so I had to clearly define my objective, my vision, and my values, and start really seeing if the clients I had aligned with that objective, vision, values, aligned with my purpose for my life, not just my business, but my work, my family, and myself. And in doing so, I started saying bye-bye to those clients that weren't a good fit. And so I started having less clients, I charged them more, which allowed me to really bring my A game every single day of the week. And then they brought their A game, and it contributed to a good sense of purpose in how I was building my company. It also meant that I had less of a sense of overwhelm, so that my work aligned better with my family and myself. So management guru Peter Drucker once famously said, "You can't manage what you don't measure." And so for far too long, I wasn't measuring anything. It sounds simple, but things like profit and loss, revenue, expenses. And remember I said I had put together Team Curt? Well, that included a great accountant, a great bookkeeper, a good business strategist, and they showed me the right things to measure. I run into business owners every single day who aren't measuring those simple things. So, if I say this and you feel ashamed, don't, because you're not alone, but you can start measuring those things right now. And by, measuring those things, I knew how to manage and which things to manage. And by managing those things, I can improve them. But it's not just the numbers. I now measure everything. I measure the keywords in my videos that get the greatest response. What people sign up for strategy calls, what types of people sign up for my program. I measure it all so I can manage it and I can improve it. But I also now know which things bring me the greatest results and which don't. And I can focus on those things. So thanks so much, Jake, for your question. Listen, if you have a question for me to answer in an upcoming episode of Just Ask Curt, please leave them in the comments or send me a message. I hope you're having a week filled with freedom and abundance. I'll talk to you soon.